it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
A gain of 9 yards.
Another run to Mitchell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10, right at the 40.
South.
Now Stroud. That's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. On the draw, here's Mitchell. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
18. That's right. 11. Hey, uno.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Fourth down. Stroud going to try to throw for it. That is caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Again, another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. A try here for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
A quick toss outright. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The Buccaneers at 1-13 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding of how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
This 2nd and 4.
On the quick, right?
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to zone blitz scheme.
A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0.
14. Buccaneers, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now back to throw. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Set, go.
They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
60 Bobcat. Come on.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got this down to the 35. A minute 55 left to go in the 1st half of play.
Ready. Set, go.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Brought down in the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Bucs are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to deal with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd down and 6. Stroud out of the gun here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Going for it is Mitchell. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 23. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They'll throw now on the final play. They shakes it off. Gets by him at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Returnable here for Davis. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Well, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
They go with Edwards left side. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
He's brought down at the
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
36-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he's got a Buca. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They get this out left. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Emeka Buca, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
The toss left side for Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Stroud off the play fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. First down, here's Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expected to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Open man is Higgins. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
On the quick. Hey, south. 118. What's up?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Crawford. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Now he's going to step up and run. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Back to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
On for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Well, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. 67 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4. Right back to Mitchell here. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks, giving the yard up to the 42.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Stroud. They'll run the screen to Mitchell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
At the 44-yard line.
He'll look to throw. On the RPO. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the toss, it's Mitchell. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Young. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready up.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Set up. Viking 18. Panther 11. Panther 11. Take over.
He's back to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. A swing pass here to Edwards. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean,
so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Now a run here off the arc, and it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
What a finish in this one, Charles.